What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Broadway Gymnastics online lesson. Today's lesson is going to be all about getting into our straddle holds, our pike holds, and our tuck holds. So make sure you're in an area where you have plenty of space. We're going to get started today with a dynamic warm-up and a static. So you're going to want to make sure you have enough room to jump and do some of our acrobatic skills. So I'm going to start our timer. Our first skill up is our long jump. So that's remember, we're swinging back and trying to jump as long as you can. So we get the timer going. Plant your feet. Arms are going to go in front. Remember, swing back, tuck your knees, and we want to lift and push everything forward. So I'm going down, jump long, and stay. And same thing. Swing back, jump, focus on those landings, and stay. See if we can squeeze in one more. Arms in front, jump low, and stay. Good. Now we're getting into our lunge walks. So hands on hips, we're just going to lunge nice and low, but we're trying to have that back knee not touch the floor. So as low as you can without touching. Remember, you guys can really extend these out too, so we can go nice and long, and hold, and push up. Remember, on our front knee, we don't want our front knee to come in front of our feet either. All right, we are switching on to handstands. Nice strong lunge, lever in. And once you get to the top, you want to cover those ears. And into our cartwheels. So same thing, nice strong lunge. We're going to plant the back foot. Lever in. And press, and we got time for one more. Good. Alrighty, up next we have our leaps. So we're gonna go step with our back foot. Leap good. And if you have a little more room, you can add that chasse in. So chasse, step leap, step finish. One more. Good. Alrighty, we're getting into our seated stretch. So we're going to start with a straddle. Reach to the right. Then switch over to the left. Hold. And out to the middle. One hand over the top and reach. All right, time for butterfly. So feet together, pull your heels in, and try to get those knees flat on the ground. And slide out the diamond. Nose towards your toes, pulling your elbows down towards the ground. Good. We're gonna go into a pike, put our right foot over, and we're just gonna roll the ankle forwards. So only forwards today. Good, and then put that foot down, and we're going to switch and do the same thing with our left. All right, getting into our quadriceps, so right foot back, and we're leaning back, elbows on the ground, just stretching out that right side quad. Good, and we're going to switch. So same thing with left. And lean back nice and far, elbows on the ground. And we're going to go back to pike, put that right arm across our body. So our right arm is straight, our left arm is pulling it, and hold. Good, now we're going to switch. So the same thing with the left arm. And hold. Good, right arm back. Getting into our shoulder stretch. So remember, you don't want to pull too hard, but make sure you have a nice stretch going in your shoulders. Good, and switch. And hold it. At 3 seconds, and we're going to start stretching out our back. All right, so on our feet, we're going to do our twists. So we're starting just regular twists, and as you start to get more comfortable, you can add the kick. You can go little kick or big kick, or just stick with your regular twist. Good, and into our sweeps. So sweep back, throw your hands up nice and high. All right, so we're into our left leg split now. So left leg's in front, right leg back, and slide as far as you can. Try and get one hand on either side and hold it. For an extra challenge, you can go arms out to the side. All right, into our right leg split. Same thing, one hand on either side. Chest up nice and tall. For an added challenge, you can go arms to the side or arms above your head. All right, we're gonna go out into our middles now. So just walk your feet out, hands on the ground. Once hands get too easy, you can drop to your elbows or even further to your stomach, or if you can go all the way down. All right, and quickly, we're just gonna hit one bridge. So we're gonna go feet flat, arms back by your ears, and push up tall. And if you wanna lift a leg or kick over, you may do that now. Roll yourself up. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty good, so it is time to move into our holds. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, I have come down to the ground. I have a chair behind me. You have the option, if you want to go grab a chair, we're going to use that for part of our circuit, but if not, I'll give you something else to do. So we're going to go through a little circuit that's going to work on our straddle hold, our pike hold, and our tuck hold. It's going to be really, really helpful, and you guys can watch this video back and practice whenever you want. So our first one, we're going to start in that straddle position, because we are going to start with all of our straddles. So we'll get our timer started, so we know how long we're doing everything. And we're going to start with tap down, tap up. So we're going to tap the toes in front, up into a big straddle. Tap in front, hold. Good, so I want you guys to keep going. As we're doing this, you can go as high as you want. Make sure your chest is up tall. Tap in closer, and really, really hold. So the bigger the straddle, the better. So we're going to keep going. We have 10 more seconds. Tap, hold, tap, hold. All right. So our next one, this is gonna be our side, side, and back. So we're gonna put hands here, and our hands behind us. So we're gonna start with our, we're gonna move this with our right hand back, our left hand in front, and we're just gonna push up into straddle. So we're gonna go push, hold, down. Good, now we're gonna switch, and we're gonna try that with our right hand in front, with our left hand back, and we're gonna go push up, down, good. Remember as you're doing this to engage in straight legs, and you really wanna try and point the toes if you can. So now we put our hands behind us, and we're just gonna do the same thing. Push up, try to get your whole body off of the ground in a straddle. So back, good. And now you can do this as many times as you can. So if you wanna go quick, you can go right, left, back, and continue. Or you can practice to hold them as long as you can. So less repetitions, but longer seconds on the hold. So our next one is going to be our pumps. We're gonna pump on the right side, we're gonna pump on the left, and we're gonna pump in the middle. So we're gonna start 5 on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And we're gonna do 5 on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, now we're gonna go 5 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can repeat that process if you want, or you can add more numbers to it. So now, I'm going up on my chair. You can continue to do your pumps now if you don't have a chair. If you have a chair, we're going to straddle, we're going to take our hands and put it on the side. Now be careful, we don't want to lean forward, because we don't want to fall. Just grab the sides, and we're going to lift to straddle and tap down. Lift to straddle and tap down. If you start feeling comfortable, you can lift up to straddle and try to do a little push. And back down. So we're not leaning forward, we're not leaning back, just up and down. All right, we're gonna move on to our back, middle, front. So this is our pike. So we're gonna sit in the pike position, and we're gonna have our hands here, and we're gonna push. Then in the middle, then in the front. Okay, so when my hands are in the back, that's gonna come off the ground. Now in the middle, I can push a little more off the ground. When they're a little bit in front of me, we're gonna try to push everything. So in the back, just your butt's coming off the ground, come to the middle, a little bit more, and by the time you're in the front, you should try and get everything off the ground. And try and hold that as long as you can, or do as many repetitions as possible. All right, so moving on to our tuck. We're just gonna flip on over, And we're gonna start with our knees on our elbows. So our hands are in front, my knees come to my elbows, and carefully we're gonna lean forward. If you'd like to put a pillow down or a soft blanket, I highly recommend it, it's a good idea. Knees on elbows. Good, and we're leaning in that tough position. Now when that gets easier, you can put your knees in between and hold here. So now we're not relying on anything, but it is a little bit harder. Alrighty, so now you guys have that circuit to keep on practicing. And remember, you can add more repetitions, you can try to do your holds for longer, and you can try to challenge yourself and make up different ways to progress to your straddle holds, your tuck holds, or your pike holds. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we can't wait to see all of you guys back in the gym as soon as possible, but for now, we will see you guys in the next one.